This next topic says, should I switch to AWS from my amazing team? Now, let's go ahead and take a look here. So this gentleman or lady, Magic Toast, has said, I'm at an amazing team in music. It's almost perfect. The culture and my boss are super chill. There are very talented engineers that I've trained into a solid one myself. There's great job security because this team makes money. You always want to make money. However, I'm really passionate about being the best engineer I can be. I think AWS could lead me there. I also want to work on science projects using Gen AI to help solve huge problems in medicine and energy. I'm not sure how the job security would be, but I'm almost certain the work-life balance would be worse and the culture might be more toxic. However, I think it can get me to L6 faster and I'll become a much better engineer. Help me decide. TC 195,000, L4, non-Bay Area. All right, Magic Toast. The question is, should you switch to AWS from your amazing team? One thing you need to understand about Amazon, and I think a lot of companies, it's hard to land on a good team where you respect your boss, you have good teammates that don't stab you in the back, and also the work is interesting and it keeps you challenged. And if you're getting that right now in the music team and you're enjoying the culture, and it sounds like it pretty much checks all it almost checks off all of your boxes, then this might actually be a good long-term fit for you. Though the downside of being in one place too long, and everyone's got a different time frame for what that is, but I would say anything more than 3 or 4 years, where if you haven't moved up by then it might be time to consider something else. But if you're constantly getting recognized and you're being challenged with more opportunities and you're continuing to move up and grow in your career, then this could be a good long-term fit, especially if there's other opportunities opening up within the music team that lets you work on different types of AI projects or machine learning projects where you can get that experience, because it sounds like that's exactly what you want to do. Also, consider this. If you're able to put your current role on semi-autopilot and you're not needing to put in 40, 50, 60 hours a week to get your job done, then what you could do is put a lot of that stuff on autopilot and then spend your free time focusing on side projects or things that you really want to do, right? And it sounds like you want to focus on medicine and energy. If that's the case, Amazon may not be the long-term fit. And so what I would suggest is, if everything's going well and you're getting these opportunities there in your current role, stay, use that free time to invest in other projects, ask around, talk to your boss, see if you can get other opportunities within that team that you can work on. And they'll probably think of you and say, hey, let me consider Magic Toast for this next project XYZ, because oftentimes people don't volunteer for these things. About job security, yeah, I mean, AWS. So here's the thing about AWS. I haven't worked there myself, but I do have a lot of friends from business school who are product managers there now, or who have been product managers in the past. And AWS is a place where I would best describe as your mileage may vary. You may be on a great product, great team, great leadership, and things might be going really well. Other teams, I've heard it's not so great. I have a good friend of mine who once told me that they gave him 2 days to make a decision whether to return to team in Seattle when he was living in the Bay Area, and he had to make a decision quick, or they would consider that a voluntary resignation. That's obviously not a good way to treat your team and your employees. And so I would say, take it with a grain of salt. If you really want to leave and you found something that you really like, make sure you go through your homework, do your due diligence, talk to the team, talk to the manager, and really check and see if this is what you want long term, and if it will get you the short-term benefits as well, or if you could just stay in your current role and continue to rank up. The other thing you need to consider about switching jobs, even within the same company, is that you'll oftentimes be asked to prove yourself from the bottoms up. Even though you have a great resume and you've done all these great things, the new boss, the new team doesn't know that. And they might have an expectation that, hey, even though you're an L4, coming here, we're not going to just bump you up to L5. That almost never happens. We want you to put in a year or two before we can bump you up to the next level, and so on and so forth. So if your goal is to move up fast, then switching teams may not be the best fit. Anyways, those are just my 2 cents. If you guys out there have better advice for Magic Toast, drop them in the comments down below, and let's try to help them out.